Mavo saved Afrobeats this year, and as a music producer, personally, I haven't seen anything like this in a very long period of time. By the end of this video, you see exactly how consistency and timing can take you from an unknown artist and turn you into a global force within months. Now, a lot of artists at the current moment, they feel stuck and they feel like the game is over. But Mavo is proof that that is simply not the case. And today we're going to break down the moves, the mindset and the blueprint that you can literally copy for yourself. Bear in mind, there was one moment that changed everything for him, and we're going to get into that. Now, before we even get into the main subject, we need to understand who Mavo is, where he's come from, and a bit about his background.
While all of that is great, how did Mavo get here, to the stage where he's getting featured by the big boys so soon? Well, let us look into his story before fame and how he got famous. Mavo's birth name is Marvin Oseremen. He was born in Ekpoma, Edo State. As a child, he went to a boarding school in Edo State where he first started performing and writing songs. It was a school music club he got the name Mavo, and also his appetite for making slang-rich and street-flavored music from.
And funny enough, I heard about that story because I work with people that were actually inside that music club. They were talking about the fact that that music club birthed so many talents. It was a place where you could literally showcase your ability, showcase the fact that, okay, you're talented, and people would actually go battle rap, showcase maybe a song that they made or a rap that they made, etc. And this was something that was very, very popular in that state. As you can see, he's been releasing from 2023, but it wasn't until literally this year that something really, really changed for him. Now, the question is, what specifically changed? Most artists feel invisible. They feel as if though that as they keep on posting, that things aren't necessarily gonna take off. But little did they know, each and every single time that they make content, they post on TikTok and they make songs and distribute it to their fans, all they are doing is building momentum for the next journey. And when you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, you actually start to realize that Mavo didn't actually start to incorporate social media into his strategy up until, I believe, last year. But with each and every single post, you can clearly see that he's building momentum for himself. Even to the point where you're starting to see that people within the underground scene started to buy into the identity of Mavo. Look.
His name Mavo or Mavo? It's Mavo. Mavo. Feel nice is.
I've been saying Mavo this time. Apparently it's Mavo. I'll still say Mavo anyways. I'm pretty cool. Yeah.
I thought it was Mavo.
It's Mavo. What's Mavo song? The guy play Feel Nice.
Yes!
Kilolo. This guy's too cold. And what I personally believe is that Mavo started to discover his sound, actually build upon it, and build something that the underground scene can really appreciate. He leveraged social media aggressively and even started to create his own lamba. If you notice, he's always adding Izzy or Lizzy behind every single song. And bro even has his own catchphrase. I don't want to butcher it, but that kilo, too cold.
Back of the Escalade, we're hot boxing, and I'm busy. So that's Escalade, dizzy, hot boxing. Damn. Fuck. Listen to that shit, nigga.
And the key thing is, Mavo didn't just blow up. He surpassed artists that have been grinding for years and years. There must be a blueprint behind it. And again, if you go to his Spotify catalog, you actually see that in 2023, for example, he's tapping into the old school Afrobeat sound that was current at the time. But eventually, towards 2024, he starts to tap into the underground type sound. He starts to tap into things like Amapiano and infusing it into his genre. Now, the beats have always been crazy, in my personal opinion, no offense to the engineers, etc., but the mixing wasn't always great. But I feel as if though it added to the characteristics of the sound he was looking to create. And you notice that as he was building this sound, he kept on releasing different tapes, experimenting with it. For example, in Sanko, you could hear some Amapiano, some dark underground kind of tunes, and then he starts to try other things out and just test the audience and see whatever they're gonna really be vibing with. Remember guys, it always starts off with the music. And I believe that through posting so many songs and being consistent, his fanbase understood that they were always going to receive something from Mavo. Now this year, Mavo decided to switch up the gears and actually go even harder. At this point, this is when everything changed. We can see that on the 6th of June, he finally released Escalade Daisy. Now this song changed everything for bro. It changed absolutely everything. It's the song that everyone gravitated to and everyone was trying to figure out, who is this guy? But what we noticed is that when he dropped the song, as you can see, it only got 700 likes. When it was now promoting it, for example, it got 100K within the first 19 hours, which is decent. But it wasn't something that people would have automatically assumed would have taken over and become one of the biggest songs this year. But through consistently posting on TikTok, we started to see that he started getting views. And as he was creating the music video and actually visualizing what it actually meant, because I remember when it first came out, everyone was like, bro, what does escaladizzy even mean, bro? Like, it just sounds hard, but we don't know what it means. That's when people started to clock escaladizzy, that escalate. Crazy. But again, he believed in his own source. He kept on posting, kept on being consistent in terms of the content, in terms of the drops. And eventually, people started to tune in. You even got celebrities like Kyson that hair in it, obviously thanks to Enzo, right? But everyone wanted a piece of the song.
Keep on sobbing. Thank you, S-Song, my boy. Somebody drop 300, please. Somebody drop 500, please.
And off of one song, people started to tap in. Everyone wanted a piece of Mavo. You can even see Ira Star over here flexing. And shortly after, we had the remix. In my opinion, I still prefer the original, but I understand that the remix really pushed the song even further. Outside of that, we then had Shaka Lizzy. Like, this song, I can't lie to you. When I first saw the Lizzy, I was thinking to myself, bro, this guy's taking the piss. But I understood he's trying to build the brand. He's trying to get it to a point where people are like, yo, this is me. This is my identity, and I'm completely separate from you guys. Shaka Lizzy was literally released in September, and it got to a point where people were fully invested. Now, after the remix, literally the next month, he started to drop with some of Afrobeats' biggest artists. We had a tune with Adekunle Gold over here. We had David Doe remix Shaka Lizzy, and we also had Wizkid feature him on Money Constant. When something works, you have to make sure you capitalize on it, because if not, you will miss your mark. You will miss absolutely everything going on right there. And I'll show you different ways in which he's actually capitalizing on this fame right now. As you can see on his TikTok, he keeps on posting clips. I get artists sometimes saying, oh, no, I don't want to be posting clips because I want to be mysterious, etc. But unfortunately, every single person has to do TikTok clips now. And as you can see, some perform, some don't. Some perform really well, and again, some don't. But regardless, he remains consistent and continues to build that buzz because he understands the power of TikTok. And even in saying that, he capitalized on every single moment. For example, the feature with Wizkid, he goes out of his way to create a visualizer. He's not waiting for these guys to make an official video because it might happen, it might not. But guess what? He's going to make sure to create a video behind it, just showing you that, look, he's finally come to London, or if I'm not, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is London. It looks like London anyways. So he's finally come to the UK, he's done this thing, he gets a quick model just to literally be there while he's vibing to the song. This is what artists need to do. So before I give you guys a blueprint that you can actually follow, we need to actually outline a few things that Mavo has done. Number one, he understands the power of consistency. You can never achieve anything in life without consistency. I've made videos about it on this channel. Feel free to go and actually look at it. Outside of that, he's built momentum for himself through dropping those songs consistently, and eventually he had a viral moment. But even through that, he has a sound identity, a range of sounds that describe who Mavo is, what he's about, and even created his own lingo, so we are invited into his world. And that is just marketing or branding 101. Now look, here's a few steps that you guys can definitely incorporate into your own artist journey, and I'm pretty sure that if you're consistent and you stick to the plan, you will see some results. Number one, you need to pick a sound. If people don't know your sound and don't understand that, look, this is who this artist is and the type of music they create for this specific type of person or group of people, then unfortunately you sound like everyone and you will be forgotten. You got to realize that everyone's dropping music now. So with that being the case, what is going to separate you versus someone else? I usually recommend locking with a solid producer, build that sound, locking with a solid engineer and build that sound as well. Number two, you need to drop more, not less. A lot of artists are perfectionists. They're always on a vibe of like, oh no, I'm going to keep my 100 songs in a hard drive and I got thousands of songs are there that you guys can't listen. Or if only you guys can listen to. Bro, no one cares. Thousands of songs get uploaded to Spotify every single day. You are not special. You need to make people care about why they should tune into you versus tuning into the big guys that are already dominating the market. And that also applies to content. If you believe that dropping one piece of content a day, at least on TikTok, is too much, you're not built for this. Number three, you need to catch trends and waves early. Yes, you can build an identity for yourself and a music brand for yourself that is unique, but at the end of the day, success leaves clues. There's a reason as to why when Mavo decided to start hopping on the Amapiano, the 3-step kind of way, which is popping all over Africa right now, all of a sudden things change for him. It's because it's currently in. But what makes it unique is, again, the lingo, the story, and the way he's able to just put certain type of lingo on it that gets people going crazy. Broski said, your body not meat pie. It's a guy mad. He's cold, bro, I swear. Now, number 4, you need to make sure you're following up immediately. Do not allow your fans to wait. You are not Dave. You can't skip more than 2-3 months without posting a new song, unfortunately. Some people think they can come into the game acting like Adele, who takes years off of the game to drop an album, when in reality, no one actually cares about you, bro. Unfortunately, you're not special. And number 5, you need to build a story that fans can feel. People do not listen to your music solely because of the music. They listen to the music because of who you are and the type of emotion and feeling you're able to evoke within them. And this is what I always tell artists I work with specifically. Bro, you need to actually unlock within your music. Now look, if Mavo proves anything, he proves that this is still possible. You can still actually make a crazy wave within the music game just by tweaking a few things. The game isn't closed. In fact, we have things like TikTok and a lot of information out there that actually exposes how you can make it to the next level. Now, this is a different type of style of video in comparison to the videos that I usually do. I'm going to be leaving all the links down below in the description of anyone I've reacted to, etc. So the creators get their rewards. But if you guys enjoy this type of content, literally just leave a like. It boosts up in the algorithm. Comment down below anything you're taking away from this video, whether you agree or disagree, and also share it with a friend because a lot of people need to hear this message. Outside of that, guys, if you fuck with the boy, make sure to subscribe because we're trying to build this channel all the way to the moon. I'll make sure to see you guys in the next video.